Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch Team is here to your latest update on Hurricane Ida, as it has made landfall there in the Isle of Youth. Right here, it has made landfall right there as a Category 1 hurricane with winds estimated of 75 miles an hour, minimum central air pressure of 987 millibars. So that air pressure has dropped tremendously. It was at 996.4 millibars at our last update. Now it's down to 987 millibars. So the air pressure is just plummeting. It has now undergoing rapid intensification before it makes landfall, and it is now at a 75 mile an hour hurricane, and very light to minimal to almost no, maybe a little bit more intensification, but probably not, because it's over land right now, right on the Isle of Youth, but not a little bit right there. But it's moving northwestward, so there's still a chance it could intensify a little bit more. Maybe it's going to probably intensify a little bit more. Is a possibility as it goes back over water. But tropical conditions and hurricane conditions will continue to deteriorate in Cuba today and through the afternoon and throughout the evening. Storm is going to make its way into the southern Gulf of Mexico tomorrow morning, and it is expected to still intensify to a major Category 3 hurricane as it approaches Louisiana late Sunday into early Monday. So again, this is going to be unfortunately another catastrophic hurricane for Louisiana. So here's the storm right here. Lots of convection near the center of circulation. You can kind of see this is where probably some dry air is. You can kind of see where it would try to come in, but it's really done well keeping all the dry air out. And you can kind of see this feeder band right here where it is still most of the entire country of Cuba is being affected by this. Even a little bit down here, we're still having some effects right here. Right here in Jamaica, they're also still getting some effects from Hurricane Ida. Here are the Keys right here. The Keys are getting some of the outer rain bands right now of Hurricane Ida. And so this storm has really grown in size. And once this gets into the Gulf of Mexico, rapid intensification is very, very likely. It's going to blossom into a Category 3, possibly a 4. And yes, we will be seeing an eye with this. More than likely, we will see an eye. We saw an eye with Grace. It's very likely we'll see an eye with Ida also, as it is expected to peak at 120 to 125 miles an hour, possibly even at 130. But that's still not out of the question. So we still gotta watch this very closely. Lots of heavy rain, 10 to 15 inches of rain is likely for parts of south central and southeastern Louisiana. Storm surge 7 to 11 foot storm surge is also likely with Hurricane Ida as it approaches south central to southeastern Louisiana. And I do suspect hundreds of thousands of people will be without power, unfortunately. Or hundreds of thousands of customers, I should say. So that is a huge issue that we have. So here it is, Hurricane Ida right here. So this is what we are also looking at. We are dealing with this storm. This system, now these both are going to go out depending on this one just today, just at the 2 p.m. update. So we're going to have to watch this system also, see what it does. But there it is, 75 miles per hour, 987 millibars, 21.6 degrees north, 82.7 degrees west, moving to the northwest at 13 knots or about 15 miles per hour. So dealing with peak surge, still about 7 to 11 foot of storm surge. Tropical storm force wind speed probabilities are practically 100%. This is the 8 a.m. or the 10 a.m. update probably. So we are still going to see what the update at 4 p.m. says. So again, here's the latest forecast track. It's literally still the same thing. They haven't come out with the new one yet. Oh yes, I did need to look at the rainfall. So again, rainfall, some areas south of New Orleans could be seeing anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of rain. So very, very, very large and heavy amounts of rain. Flooding is a huge concern. Over a foot of rain, and New Orleans is basically just like a big fishbowl. Sad to say, but that's basically true. It is protected by levees to the north, like Pontchartrain to the north, and the Gulf of Mexico to the south, and I think it's even protected by maybe even some levees from the Mississippi River that comes like right through here. So we gotta watch that because there's gonna be very, very heavy amounts of rainfall, and you have 120 mile per hour sustained winds. Now, this is gonna slow down the moment it makes landfall. It's gonna slow down, and the moment it makes landfall in the next 24 hours, it's still gonna be Louisiana. So there's gonna be a huge amount of heavy rainfall with this storm, and it could potentially be another deadly storm. So 120 to 125, maybe even 130 miles an hour sustained winds could be pushing the limits of these levees once again. So I hope they don't break, but that is a possibility, but it is not likely, not very likely, but there is a possibility that the levees could break. So we're gonna have to watch that as the storm makes its way through here. There is I believe there is I almost said emergency, mandatory evacuation for portions of Louisiana for people who are not protected by those levees. So if you're not protected by those levees, please evacuate. Quit calling me. This is the time to evacuate. This is the time now. The conditions are very, very conducive for a catastrophic hurricane developing. A Category 3, a major hurricane is very, very likely to develop. We could be dealing with a catastrophic hurricane developing out here. We're going to be dealing with storm surge, 7 to 11 foot storm surge in central parts of Louisiana. We're going to be dealing with 10 to 15 inches of rain through this area. We're going to be dealing with 120 to 125 mile an hour sustained winds. And to the east, okay, the storm makes landfall here. But areas to the east over here will be getting tornadoes. Alright? You're going to be dealing with some tornadoes to the east, like in Mississippi. Alabama could be also dealing with some small tornadoes, which could also do damage in that area. Some water spouts may develop off the coast and then move inland. That would be a tornado. The moment it moves over land is when it becomes a tornado. So we have to deal with tornadoes. So we're going to be looking out for tornado watches and tornado warnings as Hurricane Ida approaches the Louisiana coastline. Flood watches and flood warnings, aerial flood warnings, emergency flood warning. We're going to be dealing with all these kind of flood warnings, flood watches, advisories. We're going to be dealing with the tornado risk to the east. So there's a lot that's going to be dealing with this storm. So it's not going to be a Louisiana that's affected. It's going to be pretty much all of north central coast of the Gulf, the North Gulf Coast. North central Gulf Coast will all be affected. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama will all be affected because we're going to be dealing with tornadoes and heavy rain and storm surge. And again, storm surge isn't just in Louisiana. It's also in Mississippi and Alabama. They could also be getting 1 to 3 feet of storm surge, depending on where you are. Maybe up to 4 foot of storm surge. And even if you don't live over here, even if you live over here, there's going to be some rip currents all across the Gulf Coast. There's going to be big waves and big rip currents all across the Gulf Coast. And so you got to be dealing with rip currents. All right, so rip currents are also going to be a thing. Even if you live over here in eastern or western Florida over here, you could be dealing with rip currents. So there's probably double red flags. So going out to the beach is going to be a big no-no. You can get pulled under and get pulled out to sea, and it is very dangerous. And even stronger swimmers don't survive rip currents from hurricanes. They're incredibly catastrophic to life. Very, very dangerous. So we got to watch out for rip currents, storm surge, heavy rain, flooding, tornadoes, and heavy wind. So there's a lot that we got to look for and watch out for. So Euro is coming in hot, y'all. Oh my God. Persistent deconvection beginning to wrap up. So there you can clearly see the convection down here. Very lots of convection for sure. So here we go. Let's pull this up. So here was, yeah, that's the Euro. I think this is the before and after. Or maybe the before and after. I don't know which way it works, but that's what we're looking at right here. Wait, initialize the 27th, 12Z, 6Z, 12Z. Okay, this is 12Z, this is 6Z, so this is the after and before. So, wow. That's what they're showing now. Maximum of 103 knots. Here they're only showing about 56.5 knots. So unfortunately, we could be dealing with a catastrophic hurricane. So let's keep this streamer rolling on. This is the radar from Grand Cayman. As you can kind of see, that last few, you can kind of see an eye in the radar beginning to develop right up here near the Cayman Islands. Right in this area, Cayman Islands. It's not the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands are right here. So you can kind of see that eye really beginning to develop right there in the radar, and that is a sign that this storm is really beginning to intensify and develop into a hurricane. So 987 millibars. Storm is really intensifying. Conditions are going to continue to deteriorate for Cuba. So very, very catastrophic. So heavy rain also, as you can see in the storm and these rain bands. Lots of heavy rain for sure. Here's some more radar. As you can kind of see, the rain bands moving over Cuba down here. I have to watch out for that for sure. So really looking at this, some heavy, moderate to heavy rain already beginning over Cuba. In terms of power outages, there are minimal to almost no power outages. Okay, in Michigan there are a few power outages, as you can see. That was Michigan too. That's crazy. So here's Michigan, as you can see. Not that it matters because it's not. So people, as you saw, 800 people at the last update were without power in Louisiana. Now there's over 1,500 people. There are over 4,000 people without power in Florida. This is most likely not because of Ida, but we're going to be really watching the power outages, and I'll be keeping y'all updated. So right here, this is where they have a majority of all the people without power. You got a few people up here. 44 without power. So really, once this comes through Louisiana, we're really going to be watching this. Over 626 people are without power. Customers without power, and 12,000 customers are without power. There's a total of 12,000 customers trapped. So we're going to be closely monitoring this as it begins to make its way inland. What are the total power outages? Does it say? No, it doesn't say. Quite literally, it doesn't say. Florida will also be getting affected by this storm also. A little tiny bit down here across the Keys. And definitely if we go into Mississippi, we'll also be getting there'll be a few tornadoes in Mississippi. So we're going to have to watch what happens down here in Mississippi very closely, and we'll have to be very careful and monitor what happens in Mississippi, because we're going to be dealing with the tornadoes and some storm surge, and obviously Alabama could also be getting some tornadoes in Alabama. So there are a total of only 100 no data. Okay, there's no data right here. There's people out without power in Texas. I didn't know that. Alright, so there's the power outage update. That didn't make much sense. We got down here. Please look at NAM model pressure on weather US. Yes, I will do that right now. Okay, forecast. NAM. Are you sure this is... please look at NAM model pressure. Okay. Oh, change map selection, do free zoom. Wait for it to load. There we go. And we're going to do all perimeters, and we're going to do air pressure. Pressure, it just... we got composite charts. Alright, I guess I have to do pressure at 850 millibar. No, it won't let me actually see the air pressure. Wait. No. Oh, weather and pressure. There we go. Okay, I got it now. Alright, I'm curious to see what this is going to show. So I'm going to zoom into the central Gulf. I'm going to move over to the east just a tad. God, I hate it when it does it. You only get to see half the Gulf at a certain... Okay. Change date. Alright, perfect. We're going to go straight into 34 hours. So look at that. 928. 923. 919. 916. 915. 912. 908. Jesus, this is 905. There's no way it gets any lower, right? 903? What? 899? There's no 896. Oh, Jesus. How? Okay, 894. Oh. Okay, so then it begins to weaken a little bit. Is that possible? Holy shit. Sorry. The lowest air pressure in the world, I think, was 870 millibars by a hurricane. From my understanding, I don't think there's been a hurricane below 900 millibars. I'm kind of scared to look at the wind, dude. Like, oh my god. Oh, jeez. Like, honestly, I'm scared to even know what the winds look like. Like, what? 200 miles an hour? No, I'm just kidding. You know, imagine. Oh, that's one direction. So it's... The winds are so intense. And there has been a typhoon with pressure of 862. Wait, what? That doesn't seem too bad. 141. 141 isn't that bad. I mean, it's catastrophic, don't get me wrong, but like for 882 millibars, that's not even that strong. I'm serious. Wait, winds. Weather and pressure, temperature and humidity, wind direction. What are the wind gusts? 175. Honestly, I would have... thought that the wind gust would be over 200. You know, with an air pressure like that, 800 and... Like... That doesn't sound right. Let me see. Let me zoom in. Maybe that's what I have to do. This doesn't seem that bad. I mean, for an 882 millibar hurricane, maximum sustained winds are 143. Yeah, wind and pressure ratio doesn't line up. 143 mile an hour sustained winds at 883 millibars. Yeah, something is 100. Cat 4 with an air pressure of 882. Oh, and the HRR model? What model is that? Is it really HRR? Oh, it only does 18 hours out though. So I don't think I'll be able to see. I mean, it only does 18 hours out, so I won't be able to see much. Oh. Oh, okay. Let's do 0Z. 0Z, 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 0Z. Date. Oh, okay. Damn, that's so retarded. Did that fix it? I don't actually know. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, crap. Nope, nope. Hold up. Yeah, wait. And then, oh, okay. And then, okay. Okay. 12Z, and then perimeters, all wind, and then date. And, oh, it only has 9 hours. Gosh dang it, I keep doing something wrong. Try this again. Oops. Nope. No. 12Z. You're gonna have to tell me what I did wrong this time. Then go and change date. Oh, okay. Then change the date. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. It won't let me change it. Gosh dang. Oh, do I need to change it? Where is who I am? I have it the latest run. Wait, if this is 12Z. Change date button. Change date. Friday. Okay. Change date. And then, what would be 24 hourly? 12 hourly? Try 060. Okay. Okay. Model run. 060. And then change date. Okay. 36 hours. Okay, that's a little bit better. I get a little bit more of an idea of what's actually going on here. This doesn't even make any sense. 36 mile per hour winds? That's a tropical depression. What are your gusts? Okay, you get not even 60-mile-an-hour sustained gusts of an average wind of 36 miles an hour. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, that convection is starting to scare me a little bit. At least negative 75, almost negative 80 degrees in gray cloud tops. I don't know what I did wrong, but this is not making much sense. HRR, change state. Probably make life a little bit better. Oh! A strong category 3, almost a cat 4 hurricane. What's its air pressure showing? That's like 939 millibars too. Oh god, that is... Oh lord, that is... terrifying, to be honest. Oh, wind. Not available? Is anything available? Okay. Track air in nautical miles. Holy shit. Try an earlier cycle surrendering. Nope. Stop it. Okay, track and intensity. It's the H wharf. The Hurricane Weather Research and Forecast System. Oh, well, okay, so... Is this 850 millibar? I don't even remember what I clicked on. This is 850 millibar. So notice how tightly bundled this here is. How tightly bundled this is. But notice how this is a little bit elongated. This is a little bit elongated. Which means it's not very well defined. And notice how there's supposed to be a mid to upper level low. And you don't see it. Well, we got to actually go to that. And you'll probably be able to see it a little bit better. Well, I can't find the upper levels. Here's the stone heart is a little bit better defined, tiny bit, but not really. It is below UTC time. Okay. I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. Wait, you said trying an earlier cycle surrender, or maybe you're talking. Wait, you're probably talking about this. But it is below. Oh, is this what you mean? Oh, try an earlier cycle. That's what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Okay, I got it. So that's the rain, the amount of rain that you could get. So you can kind of see some oranges. So 8 to 16 inches. Thankfully, we're not seeing not even a bit of red here. So 8 to 16 inches of rain is possible. Let's see. Minimum central air pressure is not working. There it is. So about 940 millibars is what they're thinking. And it's actually like closer here. To play an animation, you need to click on the arrow near the pause button. Oh, I have to go down and actually come down here. Okay. Okay. So if I were to go to like, let's just do, ring. Okay, maybe not that one, maybe this one. Okay, there you go. Oh, wow. I don't know if that's what that says. It says, wow, look at that. That's kind of scary. To be honest, that's terrifying. Like, look at that storm. I must be in kilometers an hour or something. I don't know. Oh. Wait, that's 850. Oh gosh, dang it. It's surface pressure. Wow. That's insane. Look at that eye developing. It's just. It's just so. Hold on, let me just. Like, look at that eye. It's just so ominous looking, you know? So just. It's just scary to think that we're gonna have a major hurricane on our hands here in several. In just a few days. Just a couple. In like 30 hours or whatever. Tornado product. Oh wow, look at that. That's crazy. It's actually really interesting. Oh geez, look at those. Oh wow, look. Wait, can you just no, can you? Oh, okay, I got you. Click these arrows. What temperatures are those? I don't know what the temperature is. Oh, there it is. That's 29 to 30 degrees. That is hot where they're predicting it to go over. Look at that. That's insane. Oh, surface wind. Interesting. Oops. Oh, it just glitched. Like, look at that eye. Hold up, let me zoom this in. Zoom. I just love that. Let me just zoom out a little bit so we can get the whole thing in frame. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised if this were to actually happen. If we were to see something kind of this scary. Wow, that's actually really terrifying. Intensity errors. Oh, okay. Thermal structure. Very interesting. So this is temperature anomaly wind. Okay, let's see this. That's just keeps, and then yeah, it just falls apart. So the only good news about this hurricane is it's gonna fall apart relatively quickly once it makes landfall. So if I put this here, you can see, is that the land? Okay, we go, it's kind of hard to see where the land is, but it's like, we go forward and forward and forward and forward. Where is he? You can't even. So here it is at its peak. You can kind of see. Here's Florida. Here's Alabama, Mississippi, and then this is Louisiana. And over here would be, here's Houston over here. Here's the state line between. Okay, so just looking at this is just, it's really kind of scary when you think about it. This is at the surface. So if we were to just do this, you can see those oranges. We can even see those pinks, which is 114 and stronger. So if we start to, so the air pressure, we see 980. The lowest number I see is 950. I don't know. It doesn't tell me what it is in the center, but next frame. Wait. No, hold up. That's not what I meant. Hold up. Stop it. 980. There's the land, right? 956. 956. 952. 952. 952. 952. So I mean, I definitely think in the low 950s, maybe even the 940s, is also possible. So this is going to be an incredibly dangerous and, again, potentially even a catastrophic hurricane upon landfall. Do we have any comments? Oh, what's going on here? Make sure to post your questions in the chat. Make sure to add. Yes. After the stream, you can leave your questions in our Discord server. I don't see no hurricane. How could a cat 3 to 4? Well, they don't have any fuel. And the fuel that they need is the water. That water is 89 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. In some areas, even 91.4 degrees Fahrenheit. How did it just fall apart? Because there's nothing fueling it. There's nothing keeping it going. And so it just falls apart. We have dry air. No, there's no dry air. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Not dry air. There's just no warm water. To make it more clear, there's no warm water to keep this storm strong. There's no water. But we will have to see. See, very watch this into time. It looks like the eye right there. Look, that looks like the eye trying to develop. To be honest, I swear that looks like an eye. Is it back over water again? The storm just kind of looks kind of terrifying. If I'm being honest. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Thanks. Do you think any land tornadoes are possible? Yes, in fact, I do. Okay. We saw tornadoes with Hurricane Harvey. Even some of the other storms that we've had, even tropical storms can produce tornadoes. So yes, I do think tornadoes are very likely with this. In parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, I do definitely, unfortunately, do think there will be tornadoes. For sure. Certainly, I think tornadoes are very possible with what we have here. We're going to be dealing with this as this continues to develop and move northwestward. I think it's back over the water already, because I think it made landfall, and it just literally clipped the western tip of it. Just clipped the west part of it. It was just enough to make landfall for like 20 minutes, and it's already out of there. So I think it's already back over the warm waters of the Caribbean Sea. So I do think that we will be dealing with tornadoes, unfortunately. So please, there'll be tornado. So we'll be dealing with tornado warnings, tornado watches, flooding, flood emergencies, flash flood warnings, aerial flood watches, aerial flood warnings, hurricane watches, hurricane warnings, storm surge watches, storm surge warnings. So there'll be tornadoes left and right and left and right and left and right. And if this reaches an intensity, I think it's like 120, 125 miles an hour strong enough, there will be an extreme wind warning, which is only when the National Hurricane Center issues extreme wind warnings when there is, this is often during a strong hurricane, like a Category 3, Category 4 hurricane. And it's when they have some extreme, intense, powerful winds that can cause the most life-threatening damage. And if you're out in those winds, life will be at risk. Very likely that you will die at 120, 125 mile an hour sustained winds. You will not survive it. Not just because it will knock you off your feet, but because there'll be, if you're in the city, especially if you're in the city, there'll be flying debris. You may have, sticks and sheet metal flying down the road at 50 to 60 miles an hour. You're hit by some sheet metal hitting at 50 miles an hour, it'll kill you instantly. So there'll be metal flying down. There'll be, if you remember Hurricane Michael and Maine landfall, some YouTubers were filming in the city. Same with Florida. There was glass, there was metal, there was debris, dangerous debris. When you have flying debris at over 50 miles an hour, it is incredibly dangerous to be out in those conditions. And so you have 120, 130 mile an hour hurricane. And then also you have that rain. And when that rain is hitting you at over 100 miles an hour, it's going to sting and it's going to burn. So being in those conditions are not safe at all. Very, very dangerous. So you're going to have flying debris. You're going to have tornadoes. You're going to have flooding. You're going to have storm surge. You're going to have heavy wind. And there's endless amounts of threats that come from a hurricane. It's not just wind and rain. You're going to have wind, you're going to have rain, you're going to have storms, you're going to have flying debris, you're going to have tornadoes, you're going to, there's so many things that come with hurricanes. It's not just 2 or 3 things. Any comments, questions, or concerns at the moment? Please stop shouting. I sound like me? Who, me? I don't know if this is what I need to click on. I'm not 100% sure. Future tropical surface analysis forecast maps. Now this looks interesting. This looks interesting. Wow, that's sort of, that's actually really cool. That's actually cool. Yeah, tropical wave, tropical wave, tropical wave, tropical wave come through here. This area of low pressure. It doesn't say if these become tropical storms or anything. Possible tropical cyclone. Possible tropical cyclone. And then tropical storm Ida. So it says right here, 105 knots. I don't know how strong that actually is. I know, I should know. What is 105 knots to miles per hour? I think that's like 120 something. 120 miles an hour. So that's right there showing at 120 miles per hour. Is it fast? I'm not sure what you mean. Is it fast? Is the storm moving quickly? It's moving at a relatively average pace of about 15 miles per hour. Oh, look at that pink. Jeez. So that is a certainty that we're going to be dealing with heavy rain and gusty winds for sure for this area. So it is moving at a reasonable pace of around 15 miles per hour. Where's the National Hurricane Center at? Is this it? No. Freak. So the next update, we do have local products that I should probably talk about. Lake Charles, Louisiana. So the center of Ida is expected to make landfall as a major hurricane along the south central or southeast Louisiana coast late on Sunday into early Monday. The risk of life-threatening surge, inundation, and devastating wind damage is increasing for portions of the Louisiana coast. So there's hurricane watches, there's storm surge watches, there's already flood warnings in effect, there's tropical storm watches, there's a hurricane local statement, I believe, there's a hazardous weather outlook. Currently, there's no hurricane warning. This might be. Is this a hurricane warning? I don't know. I should know. I should know. Yes, there's in fact North Central Gulf hurricane warning. I don't know why there's a hurricane warning. Okay. Anyway, this is incredible. This is insane. So 15 to 23 foot storm swells. So, you know, really Saturday night, Sunday we're going to also be seeing hurricane conditions. 80 to 100 knot winds. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, really? How do you know this? It says the United States, the national system will be going with 80 miles an hour at 21Z. Okay, that's at 4 p.m. Wow, 80 miles an hour. This storm just will not slow. It just will not slow down. Wow. That's actually kind of scary if you think about it. Oh my god, it's really zoomed in. Jesus. Lord. So again, they're predicting a peak of 105 knots, gust of 130 knots. So, I believe they're, oh, wow. There it is. They're 80 miles an hour, according to Tropical Tidbits. There it is, 987 millibars. Wow, this is an 80 mile per hour hurricane. It is just, it's kind of scary if you think about it, you know, like, well, at 987 millibars. Number 5. Alright, so we do have another, where's the airplane at? It should be somewhere. There it is. So we do have another aircraft reconnaissance going into Hurricane Ida right now as we speak. Currently Hurricane Ida has winds of 80 miles an hour according to Tropical Tidbits. There it is, Hurricane Ida. Winds are of 80 miles an hour. So this is the latest. It is now a Category 1 with 80 mile an hour sustained winds. Majority of all the models say at least a Category 3, maybe even a Category 4. So that's just something we're going to have to really watch, because I'm very interested to see what the next update from the National Hurricane Center says. So I just wanted to bring this up as the fact that we will be having to watch this very closely and carefully. And go to even the weather. Weather Nerds is also showing a storm is really intensifying, and it's going to be pretty bad. Will it slow down from 15 miles an hour slower when it hits Cuba? Let me just get up and talk about this. I don't think it will. I think that the storm is going to hit Cuba and go right through. I don't think it's going to slow down at all. It might slow down to 13 or 14 miles an hour, but relatively, I think it's just going to keep moving through. There's really nothing slowing it down, and I think it's just going to continue at roughly around a 15 mile an hour pace until it makes landfall there. Once it makes landfall in Louisiana, it will slow down, unfortunately. Now, it won't stall like Harvey did, or like Florence did, or like Dorian did. All right, it will not stall. It will slow down, but it will keep moving. It will not stall. It will slow down when it makes landfall in Louisiana, but it will not stall when it makes landfall in Cuba. It should continue moving. I did want to bring this up because they are showing now it is a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 80 miles an hour. Some of the models are not only predicting a Category 3, but some of them are predicting a Category 4, which is something that the Hurricane Watch Team thinks is a possibility, and that possibility is only going to increase. So we are dealing with this becoming a Category 3, definitely major hurricane, and we think maybe even a 125 mile an hour hurricane, possibly 130 mile an hour hurricane is also possible. So the storm is really beginning to intensify, and it's just going to move over Cuba later tonight. Next update will be at 4 p.m. Central Time from the Hurricane Watch Team. And again, as this begins to approach Louisiana, Sunday, I do have school Monday, so I won't be here to give updates on it. But I will be doing a live stream so y'all can watch the storm make landfall. And that's the best I can do. I'll have some scrolling text at the bottom of the screen, giving the most accurate updates that I can put in the morning. But I'll be in college Monday, not tomorrow. Monday I'll be in college, so I will do a live stream, but I will not be talking. It will just be music in the background with the radar, with the satellite imagery, maybe some radar, depending. I'll have some radar or some satellite imagery, and then of course I'm also going to be talking about having some information scrolling. It'll be like right down here. There's some information scrolling down here at the bottom of your screen. But that's the best I can do. I don't have the team doesn't live where I live. We're all sort of like separated. We kind of work through online, but so that's the best I can do. So if you have, let's see if there's any other questions. Let me answer those right now. But this is what we're looking at. We could be dealing with a Category 4 hurricane. And my thought is very possible. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions. Okay, so again, we are noticing that it is developing an eye. We got more stuff going on here. What is this? Okay, why am I looking at this? Maybe Cat 5 if that ocean fire is still there. That would heat things up faster. A Cat 5, no Cat 5. Yeah, no. It will not become a Category 5 unless it moves at snail's pace. Yeah. If it slows down, a Category 5 is more than likely. But we don't think a Category 5 is going to happen now. Category 4, 130 miles an hour, 125, 130 miles an hour is possible with Hurricane Ida. Really is got a good possibility of that actually happening, 125, 130 miles an hour. But right now, as you can see, there is Hurricane Ida. It is trying to develop an eye a little bit. You can kind of see a little indent, a darker spot in those higher cloud tops, indicating where Hurricane Ida is trying to develop an eye. It won't be making landfall for the next several hours into this afternoon. So. Oh, okay, I see. So it just sort of shows you how the cone has evolved. So I can do the 5-day width line. So they have been saying central Louisiana, then they said west. They were saying more central. Then they were saying more eastern. Now they're saying maybe a little farther, a tiny bit farther to the west, a little bit maybe. But this is just sort of shows you kind of how it looks. See hurricane force wind speed probabilities. Yep, they just get larger. I'm surprised that that's not 100% for Cuba. I still don't understand that. Doesn't make much sense to me either. Okay, real Earth. What is... I have so many things up. It's... So, oh. Talk about this right here. Hold up. Let's see. What did I just do? Give me a minute. Good time to sell flooding insurance in New Orleans. Yeah, no. Feel free to join our Discord server. Oh, radar. That's cool. Oh yeah, and then there's another one up here, I believe. It's like right out here somewhere. Yeah, feel free to follow to join our Discord server. That would be highly appreciated. Okay. Okay, so that has that. So there's satellite imagery of Hurricane Ida, as y'all can clearly see. This is actually really cool. I like this stuff. So what does this do? Oh, make it... Oh. Why is he doing that? I don't understand. Productions. Displayed. It just gives the tropical storm forecast. So, it's not a tropical storm, it's a hurricane. I don't know why I keep saying it's a tropical storm, because it's not. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Click on relative. Give me a minute. I gotta know what I'm looking at here. There we go. Can I actually get, and then I think I can click on play. Oh, here we go. You can speed it up with that slider. Oh wait, this is what this does. I'm not sure what's happening here. Just set it to every 5 minutes. Do every 5 minutes. Apply changes. It's very and for the past 3 hours. Don't ask me why I did it. It's taking a very, very long time to like work correctly. Any comments, questions, or concerns? This is very kind of glitchy, to be honest. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. I have no idea what it's doing. Yeah, it's very, very, very glitchy. Feel free to turn on layers. I think these are the layers. So we have reflectivity. So infrared will give us our nice satellite imagery down here of Hurricane Ida. Yeah, radar is very glitchy. I'm just going to turn that off. I kind of don't like glitchy radar. It's just kind of crazy to see. Wait, hold up. I'm going to see if I can go to Weather Nerds. And also get satellite imagery. Home. Custom satellite zooms. Ida. Wow, that's actually incredible. Trying to create an eye. Let's see, let's do visible. So, as you can clearly see, here is Hurricane Ida. Look at that lightning. What is this? I don't know what that is, to be honest. It's some kind of an advisory right now. I know, it's like some sort of an advisory, and I don't know what. Maybe it's a weather advisory? That would make sense. I don't know what it is. Color enhanced. I want to give me my color. I want to see my color. Ooh, that's actually really impressive. That's a lot of lightning, if I'm being honest. So, this is going to have a lot of lightning. So we're going to go back to grayscale, because we love gray things, I guess. I don't know. Water vapor is always good. Looks great. It just kind of shows you the amount of moisture in the storm. There's a little bit of dry air around it, but not a whole lot. Alright, well, that is going to be it for today. Let me just check and see if I have any questions. Oh, yes. The loop doesn't need to be as fast. Oh, that's how you zoom in. I had no idea. That's one way you can zoom in. I'm gonna give it a minute to finish loading, and maybe you'll get rid of this white box right here. Or I'll just go over the white box. Hey. I'll see if I can. I don't think that would work very well at all. Yeah. Okay, click on outlines. That's pretty cool, actually. Tells you, like, there's Cuba. I want the outlines. Yes, I do want the outline of the country, so we actually know what countries we're looking at here. Right? Where's grid? Literally a grid. That's what I quite literally thought it would have meant. So there you go. You can kind of see the outlines of the country. So here's Cuba over here. Here is the Yucatan over here. Here is Florida here. And over here we got it. Alright, does anyone even have any more comments, questions, or concerns? Soon we're going to end the stream because our next stream will be at 4 p.m. Central Time. That'll be about 2100 UTC. Let me just open this. So that's me for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. If you want to have more updates from the Hurricane Watch Team, feel free to join the Discord server. You will be able to talk directly to the Hurricane Watch Team and the members. And we will give you the most accurate predictions, the most accurate forecasts. I'm going to put it in the chat so you can go directly there and put it in there. And we're going to... you'll be able to talk straight to us. You can ask us questions when we're not streaming. You'll know when we're about to do a live stream. You'll get the latest updates. You'll get our latest predictions. You'll have all these latest update stuff. So, and you get to talk directly to me. You can DM me. You can talk directly to us one-on-one if you want to. So there's that also. And so feel free to do that, and we will walk you through the storm and tell you everything that you need to do before the storm, things you need to prepare for, things to expect if you want to stay during the storm, if you want to ride it out and you don't want to leave at all. We will tell you the things that you should expect during Hurricane Ida when it makes landfall. So we will be there walking you through it, and just feel free to go and join the Discord server. So yeah, I'm going to put the Discord server in the chat right now. I have my phone right here. So again, that's me for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and we will talk to you guys again at 4 p.m. So let me just put this in the Discord right quick. Invite, copy. Give me a second to go here and click paste. Okay. Almost done. I have so many tabs open, it's not even fun. Oh. All right. Huh. This is real-time guidance. Real-time guidance for Tropical Storm Ida. Winds and knots. That must be the wind direction in degrees. Longitude and latitude. Time and the wind speed. Very, very interesting. Ice, sea ice. I don't think there's any sea ice. Yeah, no sea ice in the Gulf of Mexico when there's hurricanes, I don't think. National Data Review Center. All this is interesting. Very, very interesting. So you guys see all the buoys? What is this? Okay, okay. Very interesting. Look at early and late track guidance and intensity. Wow. So what's that? 70. So what's that? 80 miles per hour. A lot of them are showing a category 4. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. So that is the early cycle. And then, oh, I meant to click on the back arrow. And then this will be the late cycle. Wow, that's just interesting. Oh, 1200 UTC. Oh, okay. And then I can see, and then it weakens back to a tropical storm within the next 60 to 72 hours. And then weaken to a depression in at least 72 hours. Some are showing a depression in 96 hours. So it's going to weaken from a hurricane in like 12 hours. It's going to weaken to a tropical storm. Wow. This is early track guidance. I don't understand the red one. The track just doesn't make much sense. Okay. Wow. Some of these are very interesting. Track guidance, intensity guidance, exceedance guidance. (96 knots), very low probabilities. Oh, radars. I forgot. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I don't think I can access the radar. Can I access this? No, I can't. Okay. Makes me kind of sad. Very, very sad. Okay. There's so much info. There's too much information. It's making me nervous. Oh, jeez. 2021. Let's see. So this is like really close up, and we really have a good idea of what we're looking at here. Oh, look at that. Let's get that animation. Sorry. Okay. Too fast. Too fast. Alright, I'll quit messing around. But no, seriously, there's lots of more convection going on, and it's, yeah, this a little bit much. I could be honest. Oh. I got too much stuff open, to be honest. Oh, well, this is... do you have any comments, questions, or concerns? Okay. I think we've looked at enough models, I'm going to be honest. We've looked at nothing but models, it feels like. Yeah, I know, but I didn't get a hurricane. So close. Didn't get one. Alright, that's gonna be for today, guys. Yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And yeah, I'm gonna have to end this off here. I don't want to keep this on for. Okay, yes, I've seen this already. But I will show one last thing. Seriously, one last thing, and that's gonna be it. One last thing. This kind of needs to be updated. I'm gonna be honest. This is when it didn't even make approach St. Croix. St. Croix. You'll know what I mean. St. Croix is like near Puerto Rico, I think. Maximum winds. Okay, 40 miles an hour. Okay. Alright, yeah. Seriously though, that's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys later this afternoon. With that being said, peace out. I will talk to y'all later. Okay. Again, stay updated. And again, we'll be doing lots of updates on Discord, and we'll walk you through what you need to be ready for and be prepared for on Discord. So feel free to go in the chat and follow our Discord. Or join our Discord. So, with that being said, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys later this afternoon. Peace out.